Mari, you want to build a race car?
Hell yeah!
You want to build a race car?
No.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode, Speed Plus Garage. Today we have some of the parts in for our CRX. We're going to do the full exhaust system. We're going to install some headers, a test pipe, and a catback exhaust. I'm going to go ahead and show you around these, show you the parts that we have and what they came with. And also the exhaust came from Yanaka. Shout out to them. They know I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. These are the parts that I've researched and decided to use on this build. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. All right, so here we got a Bud Light. That's not really part of it, but let's go ahead and look at the parts that we got for the build. Right here we got shipped to us our DC Sport T304 stainless steel headers. As you can see, these are some pretty light headers. They've claimed to be 2 pounds lighter than the stock header, and it's a 4-2-1 design. So this is the 4 down to the 2 down here on the end, which is taped up, and then you got your 2-to-1 design here, 2 down into 1. Okay, and then we're gonna mate our eBay test pipe, because I looked underneath of this car. We don't have a catalytic converter, so I had to order this test pipe from eBay. It's about $27 for this test pipe. Welds aren't too bad on it. Looks pretty solid. Yeah, looks all right. We got some gaskets that came with it and bolts that came with it as well. And then we have our Yanaka exhaust. I'm gonna go ahead and pull all this stuff out the package, and we'll show you the catback exhaust system. Yanaka sent me some pretty cool stuff, man. They sent the license plate cover, which I already have on the CRX. They sent me this hat that I was wearing, okay, in the intro. And they also sent me a t-shirt, which is pretty dope. I didn't ask for any of that stuff. They sent it all in the package. Pretty cool to get some fan wear for the company. I'm pretty sure I got a sticker in here somewhere. We're gonna put the stickers on this thing. It's gonna give us probably about another, 3 horsepower. So I got a DC Sport sticker to put on the car. It's probably 2 horsepower there. And then we got a Yanaka sticker to put on there. Unfortunately, the eBay test pipe didn't come with the sticker, or I guess because it's off-brand. But so we got 4 horsepower there, and then with the license plate, that adds another 1. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing and see what our full exhaust system looks like before we get under the car and start doing some work. All right, guys, so we got it all unboxed here. You can see the pretty exhaust here. Let's see, knock a 2.25 inch exhaust, okay, catback. Some good piping, some very good welds here. You can take a look at those welds. Those are some pretty good welds, man. This stuff looks solid. And while going through the box and unpackaging and everything, I did find that Yanaka sticker. And they also put it in the keychain here. Pretty cool, man. They sent a bunch of fan gear. That sticker, like I said, is gonna add another 2 horsepower, man. So we're looking at some serious power here, guys. Now let's go ahead and get to the major stuff. We're gonna go ahead and take off our headers. We're gonna lift the car up. We're gonna take this heat shield off, take that dipstick out of there, and we're gonna go ahead and put these headers on and get the exhaust fitted up. Let's get started. All right, so here I just decided to fast forward because I was trying to get that heat shield off. Yeah, that bolt down at the bottom is very hard to get to. Then there's also 2 bolts underneath the other side of the header, which I didn't even take the heat shield off all the way before I ripped the header off. I just got it far back enough to pull off the bolts that hold the exhaust on, okay, the exhaust manifold on. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm still trying to get that bottom bolt. All right, so I'm gonna remove this O2 connector right here. And then there's a clip that holds it on behind this heat shield. I'll show you once I get it taken off. But I actually come down here, I'll show you. Got the car up in the air, and I think I figured out our problem. Why the car sounded like complete crap. Oh, we're missing the cat. Next, I'm gonna unbolt. That O2 connector, and then I'm gonna unbolt this support bracket here. And I won't have to unbolt the cat because it's already been cut out for me. So I'll go ahead and let's get up on that. I'm on here by myself today. Looks like we got a pretty easy job. Just get these headers off and then just mate everything up. Hopefully they didn't cut any support brackets off or anything. But let's get it. After you remove those two nuts right there for the secondary pipe, right here there's two more 12mm bolts on that support. I'm gonna come up here and remove that secondary pipe, and 3 bolts look like 14 mils. We're gonna move those 3 bolts, and we're gonna take the secondary pipe off. All right, I ran into a bit of an issue. This freaking bolt right here will not come off. It was already a little rounded, and I think I added to the mayhem of roundness. So now I'm gonna try to use my tools and get this thing off. I wish I could set the camera up and show this coming off, but come back if I can get this thing off, man. All right, so I think I was able to get it with using my bolt extractor tool and not having to bring out my cutting wheel. Let's see, let's try to turn it a little more. This thing was on there. All right, let's see if I can hold the camera and do it at the same time. All right, where is it? Here we go. Let's try this. Good, it's hot. All right, let's see. Yes, sir, we got it. Hello, Mr. President. We got it. There we go. There we go, baby. Come on now. Awesome. Awesome work, lad. All right. And that's off. It's the secondary pipe. There it is. That's their secondary pipe there. Now let's go up top and get these headers that fell down. All right. Pull these headers out. All right, I'm gonna put this camera down and get these headers off. All right, now that we got everything off, we're gonna go ahead and take the O2 sensor off of the original header right there. I'm gonna take that O2 sensor off and we're gonna install it on our secondary pipe. Right here on the secondary pipe on the DC Sport header, okay? Now this setup came with an extension to extend this out to reach up to the engine bay, and we'll show that steps as we get there. All right, let's go ahead and get that off. I sprayed some penetrating oil on this on the O2 sensor. Broken it off already. I'm just going to take the O2 sensor out of there. That's a 22 mil. Get the O2 sensor off of the CRX. There you go. Looks a little dusty. Probably should replace this, but I'm on a budget. Let's go ahead and install this on our secondary pipe here. And twist that into place. Bam, just like so. We're gonna tighten it up a little bit. Set that down. Get tugged. I'm gonna have to step on this. All right, nice and tight. All right, let's get this stuff installed, man. We'll be back. All right, so DC Sport wants you to take the factory gasket off and put it on the end of this, which I'm not really excited about that. Had I known that, I would have grabbed new gaskets. All right, let's take a look up under here. I had to put everything together. I couldn't get it on camera. So here we are. I got all this tightened down to the secondary pipe. I got our eBay test pipe on there. I don't know about the fit on that thing. I'm gonna try to torque it down a little bit more. So all that's left now is to connect the Yokohama or Yanaka catback exhaust. I'm gonna lift the back end of the car up. I'm gonna take that old shit off and put the new stuff on. Connect it all up. And right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put our extension that DC Sport gave us here, the O2 extender, because we've moved the O2 sensor. So I put that on and I'm gonna route it up and zip tie it up together, and we'll get back on it. Let's go. Whew. All right guys, it's very hot out here. We got the car all the way up as far as we can get it with our tools. Look at that exhaust. That old exhaust is rusted out, man. Rusted pretty bad. I'm gonna get up under there. I'm gonna disconnect those hooks, those brackets that hold it on, like this one there. Disconnect that. I'm gonna try to unbolt everything out at once, and then we'll start bolting up the new exhaust. Let me see if I might be able to hold the camera down here. All right, so right here I'm spraying some penetrating oil, and I'm getting those clips off. There's a couple bolts that you want to get off. I tried to slide the exhaust through originally, the whole thing through, and I was like, yeah, it's not gonna work. So I ended up having to unbolt that exhaust right there near the back end of the car to make it easy to fit. And you can see me using my foot right there to hold the exhaust up while I was unbolting it from the support bracket. Yeah, it's a tough job, you know, doing this thing by yourself with you know, DIY tools, or what I like to call them, or like your homemade tools. It's not really not homemade tools, but it's not really that easy when you don't have a big tool selection or a big commercial shop to do these things. Trying to get that whole exhaust off by myself was a big task. You know, I was trying my Cobalt big impact, that wasn't working. I ended up having to do it by hand, and you know, I was able to get the exhaust off. And it's Louisiana in July, so it's very hot, you know, but nonetheless, we got the job done. Yep, so here I was finishing up that exhaust, and yeah, you could kind of see all the dirt and the rust flying out of the exhaust. I kind of fast forward here, you can't really see it, but all that stuff on the ground came out of the exhaust. It was just crazy to me. I was like, wow. So here we're just fast forwarding again, going through the motion, you know, putting the new exhaust up. Hanging it by myself was a pain in the butt. Trying to put those bolts on and hang that exhaust up was like, whew, that was a job. We got it up there. You know, took my time with it. I wasn't in a rush to do it or anything. Get a little butt crack in there. Yep. Get a little untied shoelace in there. Get up in there. All right, guys. All right, everything's all buttoned up. Did a couple things a little off with these bolts here, but nonetheless, we got the gaskets on. I'm underneath the car trying to show you the exhaust system all the way back. Everything should be nice and tight. I'm gonna clear underneath of here and we're gonna start this sucker up. Look at that clean tip coming out of there. I like that tip. You like that tip, son? Huh? First startup. See if it's any better than that factory exhaust. Look at it. Lot better. That's a lot better. That sounds a lot better, doesn't it?
Yeah. She purring like a kitten now.
Yeah. I'm talking about.